Proceed with thought transfer. Verify ID. ID accepted. System ready. Executing thought control. Downloading. Cybernetic device operating under mind link controller.
I want that technology.
System shutdown initiated.
Stop, you fool!
Caution. System shutdown incomplete. Unable to disconnect mind link. Please check connection. System overload imminent. System overload imminent. System overload.
Hey everybody, TBG Hunter here, and happy Halloween to you all. Welcome to 2020's Huntober miniseries. The series where I basically take a look at games that are horror-based, Halloween-based, just basically games that you'd find yourself playing around this time of the year. I take a look at it, give my raw opinions on it, and if it becomes something people want to see more of, it might become a future LP in the foreseeable future. Yeah. So anyways, we're going to start off this year with a game that, honestly, I was kind of on the fence on showing off for Huntober. This is Spider the Video Game. Yeah, really clever title, just putting the video game as a subtitle for it. Developed in 1996 by Boss Game Studios, it is a very weird game, as that intro basically told you. It's less Halloween and horror based and more of cyberpunk-esque, but it's Halloween, spiders. I kind of felt like it would be the only chance I could get to actually show this game off and give my opinions on it, because I did actually do a little bit of testing on this game before we started this mini-series, so I'll put my opinions into the game once we get started proper. So starting off Spider, we got ourselves the, map of the game area. You see what up in the top right corner is a blue and red cube thing, which is basically a thing of science that we need to collect to progress through and get to the next levels. So we'll start off here in the labs, and inside here you'll realize that this game is very different than what you were probably expecting. It is a 2.5D platformer game that you basically take control of a spider that has the mind of the scientist that was creating it, developed and put into it to basically go out and avenge your own death because, well, you got killed by corporate espionage. You got a very simple attack. You got a slash attack, which is just basically going because if you saw in the intro, one of your appendages at the front of you is a blade. This game's actually pretty damn hard from what I've played in the past, because you only get 2 hit points. There's plenty of health pickups around the area, however, it's kind of sparse if you don't know where you're looking. And in some of the later levels of the game, it's just very rare to even find. But basically, this is just a tutorial level just to show you what the game is like. It's a very small map. Just go around, collect some isotopes, collect some health pickups, and one of the main gimmicks of this, if we can find one, which it should be around here somewhere. not that. It's not that. It's that. One of the main things with this is that you can pick up cybernetic augmentations and basically enhance yourself and get new abilities, such as this missile launcher that you can use to shoot these wasps out of the air. One of the other things that you can do is if you press the pause button, you can actually get a close-up of your spider, and you can see how every time you pick up an augmentation, it actually becomes more roboticized, which is actually a pretty nice feature, I have to say. So we're just gonna hop up here, make our way back over here, and I believe right around here should be the location of the exit portal, or the exit science. There it is. That is basically our goal for all the levels. There are multiple ones in future levels. You will be able to tell what they are by the cubes down at the bottom of the screen by the level name. Before we do that, though, I want to dangle down here and grab that collectible, because why not? And let's go in here and continue with the game. So yeah, Spider, it's a really interesting game that I'm honestly kind of surprised I put off until now to look at, because, well, if you've seen any of the Grounded streams that I've done in the past with friends and such, you will know I'm a huge arachnophobiac. And just by looking at the game's cover art, it's kind of telling why I decided to put this off for so long. But yeah, it's actually not that bad. It makes sense that it wouldn't look like super creepy, aside from the fact that it's a big hairy monstrosity in the intro. But to the point, it's not really very well detailed, but it's enough that it can trigger arachnophobia in some people. It doesn't for me, because it's not even a real spider. It's a cybernetic augmented spider, or maybe it's a real spider and it's I don't know. I'll have to look that up. Anyways, that's one of the main reasons why I put this game off for so long. It's just because my own innate fear of spiders has just been getting to me. It's not as bad as it used to be, thank God, because in the past, it was really, really bad, to the point that I couldn't even look at anything. Even the most cartoonish looking ones I would avoid like the plague. Now, it's still pretty bad, as you've probably seen if you've been watching the streams and such. But it's not nowhere near as bad as it was before. So let's go up here, grab this collectible. We're going to just dangle down to the science down there, and we're out. So yeah, the levels are pretty short, but once we get into the next area, it'll really open up to some of the multiple things. Actually, no, it'll be just right here at the laptop. As you can see, there are 3 red squares down there. That indicates that there are 3 different pieces of science that we need to collect. We only need to collect 1 to continue to the next area. However, if we get all 3, then it will basically be a big boon to help us in later levels. Alright. So, starting off here, I want to go to the left this time. Now, I do like that it's not a traditional, oh, just go left or go right to go to your main goal. Sometimes there are some hidden things on the off-beaten path, because this is actually a game about exploration, which I kind of enjoy. Well, actually, I really enjoy. I like it when games try to branch out and this kind of stuff. So we're just going to hop on here, not get cast into the fire, although being a spider, I wouldn't mind being cast into the fire right now. And we just got crushed by a beaker and lost all of our abilities, because that's what happens anytime you die. I will say this. Death really doesn't have a good meaning, aside from the fact that you lose all your cybernetic enhancements, and also you're forced to restart the level from the very beginning. There is a life system, but it really doesn't do anything. Yeah, you don't get kicked back to the menu every time, but still, it's kind of pointless in my opinion, because you always just find yourself, if you die, restarting at the very start of the level. And there's no checkpoint system in this game, so it's, like I said, it's kind of brutal, especially for some of the later levels. Yep. Just gonna hop over here, hop up here, keep grabbing those isotopes. Every time you grab 100 of them, of course, as you would guess, you get a 1-up, which, again, as I say, is pretty damn useless. We're gonna hop over here and grab ourselves a nice fancy boomerang that is basically the pretty good projectile attack against most enemies. You will always have use for it, and it will always come back to you. And it's unlimited ammo, unlike the missiles. It doesn't hit as hard as the missiles, and it doesn't like one-hit kill bugs, but yeah, you know what? It still is basically a plentiful thing to deal with hazards at a distance. Alright, I want to crawl up here. Because I believe one of the science things is up here. Or a beaker. One of the two. Just gonna hop down there because of the invincible spider moving up and down right there. That is a terrible jump, by the way, because I've had a past failed recording where I have actually fallen underneath between the two fire pillars, and it was just basically a dead zone. So yeah, be very careful. And now that we got all 3 of the blue science pieces here, we can now continue to the next level. We could repay a visit to the laptop to get the other 2 there, but I think for the sake of just this mini-series, we're just going to move on and just make as much progress as we can. Hey, you better be getting back here with my body. I gotta say, for something very small, you actually keep up pretty damn fast. In fact, this is actually a really fast platformer game, which I kind of love. It actually has some pretty solid platforming elements to it. It's not over cumbersome, you're not too slow, and it's pretty fast, especially with the fact that you can just easily like jump over hazards and jump past most things that would do you harm. Now, this level, I remember, is one of the longer levels of the game, and there are a lot of secrets here, such as the... Give me a second. Such as the flamethrower. With this, you can now become an ongoing meme of a fire-breathing spider, because that is the most horrifying thing ever to exist in all of humanity and all of existence, and I hate it and I love it at the same time. I'm just going to continue on and hope to God I do not ever have to run into one of these things in real life. Down here, what are you? I don't recognize this one. I do recognize that we're becoming way more roboticized now. If only we could find another back appendage enhancement, then I think we become like 100% roboticized. This is... oh, mines. Alright, I guess it's good for dealing with the spiders on these crates right here. I've actually had really bad luck with mines in past areas because it's just like... it's in like certain areas where it just got caught on my back and it was like I couldn't do anything with it. Let's see if I can make this jump. I don't think I can. Nope. I have no clue on how I'm supposed to even make that jump right there. I guess I just need to be really lucky or be able to get to the top of the crate and then just jump across. But either way, just nope, not use the fire. Get some more fire. I really didn't want to get double fire. I wish there was a way to indicate which one you can actually just dictate the enhancement you get for, because I kind of wanted to keep the boomerang ability, because it is actually a really, really useful ability. Yeah, the fire is good because it does a lot of damage and it attacks pretty fast, but as you can see at the bar down there, they have limited capacity. And it's just a fancier way of just using the poison shots. Yep. Yep. I also need to be super careful right now because I only have one hit, and I really don't want to have to redo this entire level again. So we're going to wait for that creepy crawly to just move around the box and not with that jump or that jump either. Or that one. There we go. And just wait for him to crawl back around. It sure does love to take his time. There we go. Always be super careful when you're trying to do these jumps because you move pretty fast. It's not too often that you'll find yourself walking into enemies when you're not paying attention or don't know where they're actually located at. So let's just make our way over here like that. I almost actually ran into that guy and I would have died, especially right at the very end of the level. So let's just grab this science and get out of here. Off to the second part of the factory, and as you can see, there are only 2 other levels. However, we're only halfway there in terms of science, so we might actually have to do some extra work around here. Nope. No. I want whatever that is. Ooh, mines and... What does that say? Mecha mines? I guess the mecha mines are basically just like moving mines and the regular mines just stay in place. Let's get a good look at our fully cybernetic spider, and it's very metal. I kind of like it. Makes it less terrifying. Just go for a ride right here. Now, these conveyor belts are awful. They're just straight up awful. They mess you up a lot of times in the fact that you can actually dangle from the bottom of these, and you're actually really safe while being on them, because just like that, you can just dangle and get the isotopes down here. I did not know that at the start of this pass-failed recording, and it kind of led to a lot of deaths. Because you don't think, even as a spider, that you can just dangle off the bottom of these. When it comes to conveyor belts in most games, you either have to ride it all the way or get off soon because you're going to fall to your death. And falling to your death, just like that, is a really common thing in this level. I'm just going to say right now, not a fan of it. Not a fan of it whatsoever. Also, the thing I gotta say I'm not a fan of right now is the fact that for a lot of the isotopes you need to do a lot of jumping to get them, because some are, or I guess most are, out of your reach. Nope, nope, get up there. There you. That's a terrible enemy placement, by the way, because he puts you right at the top of that jumping area. Oh, no, nope. And I also know of another terrible thing that's going to happen. There are these compressors right here that'll insta-kill you if you are not careful around them. Because I've had multiple times where I have actually gotten shot by them. Come on. Ooh. There we go. Alley-oop. Alley-oop. Alright, I guess this works. Give me the missiles. Yep. Oh, dear. Nope. Come on. Scuttle your way up there. There we go. Oh, boy. Oh. Really hate conveyor levels. They suck. Get up there. Get up there. And I think we're pretty close to one of the science pieces, so let's just get up here, and it should be right past these couple of crushers. Yep, there it is. I think this is a level that has multiple science pieces in it. No, only one. Huh. So I wonder what actually happens if you take the low road. I'm guessing it's probably just maybe like an augmentation or something. Alright, actually really do enjoy this level because it's actually a really small and compressed level, but it's really fun to explore. Aside from the fact of some monstrosities that plague this place, it's not that bad, I guess. First things first, I kind of want to grab this Tesla arm because it's fun. Secondly, I want to get chopped up into itty-bitty pieces by that fan up there because why not? I'm a spider after all, they all deserve to be chopped up into itty-bitty pieces and burned. And many other things. Just gonna scuttle our way down here. Grab all this, grab all these isotopes, and grab the science. Alright, well, seeing as how we don't have enough to get to the next one, I say we just go through the entire machine room and grab all the science in there. That way we'll have enough to get through to the next checkpoint. Well, I call it checkpoint. That's basically what I just call those like crosshair sections because, well, you need to get the right amount to pass through it, so that's why I just call it a checkpoint and all. Tesla Thane is actually a really good ability, by the way. It will home in on basically all enemies, and it does minimal damage, but it's a decent trade-off for what you get out of it. I'm going to grab my trusty boomerang arm back again, and we're going to just crawl our way up here. Crawl up above these burners because I didn't learn my lesson the first time around. Grab some smart bombs, which is basically area clearer. Not get crushed by these things because these are really strict when it comes to the timing on them. Hop up here, hop up here. Swap to death. Okay. try this again. This time not die. I'm gonna go up here. Grab my boomerang. Scuttle my way up here. Scuttle all the way up here. Grab all the stuff up here. Grab ourselves a smart bomb again. Not get crushed. Is what I would say if I didn't get crushed right there. Alright, you know what? Let's go for the other one right now. Just give that area a cooldown. Yeah, that's really strict when it comes to that. I think you actually have to take the hit. That's why they have a health piece right there. The price you get for auto attack on enemies. Here's the big threat right here is exploding acid spitting rats. They are terrible. I don't like them. But thankfully there's a science piece right there and I do like that. And once more into the machine room, let's go and try and actually get past those crushers to get that last science piece so we can continue on. We could go back and do the laptops again, but I'm not really a fan of that area. Honestly, this is a lot more fun of an area to explore than the labs. I'm just gonna go up here, grab our boomerang again. I don't know how I... Oh yeah, because I didn't even bother to go up here last time. Thank you, short-term memory. Ugh. Alright. These crushers are the bane of my existence, to be honest. Come on, scuttle your way up there. Scuttle your way up here. Scuttle all the way up here, and down here. Grab the bomb. I said grab the bomb, Spider-Me. Thank you. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Cannot see where that wasp is. The wasp in this enemy, the wasp enemy in this game really does remind me of the wasp enemies from Buck Bumble, which is such an underrated series for the N64. I feel like a lot of people don't give Buck enough credit or as much respect as he deserves, because it's actually probably one of the more better flight combat games on the N64. Oh boy, the tubes. I remember this level painfully, because the hazard in this area actually kind of blends in with the background, or I guess in this case the foreground. As you can see, a lot of the tubes here are filled with mysterious green liquid that kind of blends in really well, that the first time around I died to because I didn't realize that, oh, hey, there's a hazard down here, you fool. So instead, we're going to take the high road up here, not get caught by the spider that patrols around here, just because I don't want to deal with it right now. Just gonna scuttle our way up and around, scuttle back around down here, dangle right there, and head back down to look for the science. I call it science just because that's basically what it is. I don't know if there's actually an official termination for it. These are really badly placed health pickups, right, by the way. Thankfully, that one's actually pretty easily to grab. Let's go this way. Okay, good. It actually took him out. Want to be soup? Oh wait, no, I had 2 hits. I can be a little reckless. Not too reckless, but more reckless than I usually find myself being. Why? We're just gonna go straight down here. I know we're half made of metal and stuff, but I feel like we're really resilient for a spider because we have no fall damage. Ooh, I want to get that poison arm. Give me the poison. Thank you. Move down here. I think we're actually pretty close to the end of the tubes area. It says that there's 3 pieces of science down here to grab, but it's a really linear level unless I just missed something at the start, which that's probably the case. But whatever, we got the science, so we can move on to the first boss of the game. The mechanical arm. And judging by the boss arena for this place, I'm gonna guess we're in some sort of nuclear reactor of the factory or whatever, because given the radioactive sign in the background and the fact that the type of mechanical arm that we're fighting. I'm guessing this is supposed to grab like radioactive isotopes, which means it's a good thing I made of half metal, because I probably would be dead by radiation poisoning by this time. Now, the bosses in this game are okay, I guess. They have pretty easy patterns, although some are kind of cheapish, and you wouldn't expect one of the attacks he has to have a really weird dodge associated with it. Basically, when it reaches down below to try and grab an explosive barrel at you, or I'm guessing maybe just one of those radioactive rods he throws at you, then what you're supposed to do is actually jump into the rod itself, which is not what I would expect to do to avoid an enemy attack. He also has a very fast-paced sweeping attack, which I hope he doesn't do during this fight. There we go. See, that's the way to dodge those explosive rods. There we go. Honestly, I don't think having the boomerang is a smart idea, to be honest, because it kind of goes at a weird angle. Okay, I jumped too late on that one. Or too early on that one, I should say. And now we're just stuck with a slash, which is pretty weak. However, it's easy to figure out where you need to hit it from. Ah, damn it, I got hit again. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention for that one. This game is over. Yeah, it's a pretty dumb game over thing. Please record password, this long-ass sentence. We're just going to continue from this fight, because I at least want to show off the end of the boss fight and show off the cutscene for the city part before we call it a video here. Now, you don't have to fight the boss with the slashing arm. You can actually just go back to past levels, grab the augmentations you want. Like, I probably should have used the smart bomb on this fight earlier in it. But I've been able to beat him with just the slashing arm. It just takes a bit. You just need to be very mobile and recognize what it's trying to do. Like, if it's spinning around like this, and it's like drilling its hand down into the floor, it means it's about ready to do a crushing attack on you. If it stretches the arm out, then that's basically going to be its sweeping attack. And if it, like, lowers the entire platform into the pit, that means he's going to grab a rod. Just like that. Oh, nope, he's doing the sweeping attack. Best thing to do for the sweeping attack is just run towards it, because the momentum fluctuates a lot during this fight. Alright, he's going to go for a smash this time, I think. Yep. And he should be almost dead right now. I think either like 3 or 4 more hits and he should be good. Yep. Although the camera is not doing me any favors, rocking all over the place. One of the things I kind of wish that this boss fight would do is either have like a health bar or have like a damage indicator. Like, see it get more beat up, or maybe like some small explosions going off around it to indicate that it's almost close to death. The only way you'll be able to tell if you beat it if it actually just starts exploding and crashing into the pit right there, just like that. How do you like me now, robot? I won that arm war. Alright. Let's just show out the city, and I think that'll be a good place to end off for this video. You do know you probably would be able to get away with murdering me and stealing my technology much easier if, you know, you just drop my body. You don't really need my body. But anyways, that is where we are going to end this video off. I hope you all enjoyed this start of Huntober. If you would like this to become a full series sometime in the future, then please feel free to leave it down in the comments. If you have a suggestion for what you'd like to see as a Huntober video in a future series, then please also leave that down in the comments. I always take any and all feedback with a grain of salt. And with that, I guess I have to give this game a grading. Now, the grading for the games I'm doing for this year are going to be a bit different. I'm basically going to either give it the skeletal thumbs up of approval or the skeletal frown of disapproval. And to be honest, Spider gets the thumbs up of approval because it's actually a pretty enjoyable game. I definitely would say try and pick it up if you can, because I have a lot of fun. It's a really fast-paced platformer, and although it's kind of unforgiving at times when it comes to like enemy damage and such, the levels are small enough it won't be real big of a hindrance to you. Just be sure to write down those passwords if you do get a game over, because holy hell. But anyways, that's where we're going to end it off for this first video. I hope you all enjoyed it. I will see you all next time for whatever's to come for this Huntober. Night, everybody.